Okay guys, first of all, two things. The reason I'm using a webcam is because I recently went to Kent and I took my camcorder, and me and my producer, we did a video together, and he's editing it, so he had to take my camcorder's memory card, so he still has that. So I'm going like prehistoric now, using a webcam for a Q&A. What's that about? Which is also why there hasn't been a video in a while. Very soon though, there will be another one. Also, I'm going to use Speakonia to read out the questions, just for the mere fact of humour. I think it'll be quite funny, because I'm going to paste the actual questions as they're typed on Speakonia, so I think it'd be funny hearing it try to pronounce everyone's names.
Grand Theft Auto 5555. I know it's too early for me to be writing this, and I'll forget if I do it closer to February 1. What do you think of Phil Brain and Mike J? 2. What is your favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie?
Honestly, I've only seen one Alfred Hitchcock movie. That was Psycho. Now, Psycho is a kind of film that is good, you know, especially for its time. I mean, people thought I was insulting it in the Halloween review. I wasn't insulting it. I'm saying look back at it now with today's standards, and it's quite funny watching the shower scene. You know, the effects. It's still a good film, but I have trouble sitting through it twice. Another example is The Faculty. The Faculty is a great film, but I can't really sit through it more than once.
3. Who is your favorite funny review and who is your favorite serious reviewer?
The funny review is obviously the Nostalgia Critic. I don't really watch that many serious reviewers. No, I don't watch any serious reviewers. I don't think there are any. Peter Finn Films. There you go.
4. What do you think of the bastards that made Epic Movie, Date Movie and Meet the Spartans?
They should be completely sodomized by a rhinoceros.
Jordan Woodhouse. 1. Why was it necessary to move the Q&As to a different site?
I did do a video explaining this. I mean, obviously I've got kicked off YouTube since then, but I saw no point whatsoever in having the website when everything on the site would be on YouTube. It makes no sense. Why would anyone want to go to the site when they can easily just go and watch it on YouTube? You know, so it was to make the site special. You know, some exclusive stuff that you can't see anywhere else on the site. And now I'm not going to bother uploading all my videos back on YouTube because I'm just going to get kicked off over and over and over again, like the Nostalgia Critic did. I appealed the decision and it got rejected. That's fair enough. So I'm just on here. I've applied for that guy with the glasses again, with my Fred review. See what happens.
2. Who is your favorite couple in the Sonic series? Sonic Sumisha Rausch Tails Scream or Knuckles Rausch?
Definitely Sonic and Amy.
3. Since you liked the 007 games, why not give the movies a second chance?
Every time I try to watch the James Bond movies, they just bore me. I'm sorry. They're just not my thing. Just not my taste.
4. Who do you think would win in a fight, Spike from Buffy or Edward from Twilight?
Dude, come on. I mean, that's like Mike Tyson versus Dakota Fanning. I mean, really. Spike is this badass vampire, badass motherfucker, and Edward is some faggot who sparkles in the sunlight.
5. Who is your favorite Left 4 Dead character?
The first one, Lewis. The second one, Coach. I have a thing for the black characters.
6. Even though you're not a fan of science fiction, and I guess that means you're not a fan of Doctor Who, if you are, who is your favorite companion of the Doctor and who is your favorite out of all the Doctors?
No, sorry, just Doctor Who's just not my taste.
7. Can you rip apart the upcoming Justin Bieber movie?
People think it's too an easy target to destroy the Justin Bieber movie, but the Fred review actually got me a lot more popularity, so I might do it just for the fame.
8. Why did you and Jimmy really fall out?
Alright, now that there's no time limit for these Q&As, I can really get into this. Basically, Jimmy who I fell out with again recently. Basically, you all know Craig. He's the guy in my Little Shop of Horrors review and my Home Alone 2 review. He lived in Luton, and he was coming to where I live, coming to this town for university, right? Jimmy got upset because I was going to spend more time with Craig than him. I can't take that. The guy is overly sensitive, and it just did my head in. And recently, he did it again. He's one of those people who can't take it when you have an opinion. If you don't like a certain film, he'll go nuts, and I just can't handle those type of people who can't take an opinion.
9. Thoughts on the entire Die Hard series as a whole?
In all honesty, I'm getting a lot of hate for this. I've only seen part 4. Now, before you all jump on my case, because I've been watching these Q&As, and it makes me sound really bad that I haven't seen some of these films. Basically, right, I haven't really got into movies until a couple years ago, in all honesty. If a film was on, sure, I'd watch it, but not proper hardcore into movies. And I wish I could go back and watch all the films that everyone's seen that I haven't. And I do try. I honestly do try. But with Eric now, it's very difficult trying to juggle everything at once. I will try though. I recently went and watched Airplane for the first time and loved it.
10. Since Ash got deported, why not get Jimmy to help with your reviews and help look after your baby?
Okay, I thought I explained this in the response to the hater video, but I assume you haven't seen that. Me and Jimmy live nowhere near each other. He lives 3 hours away. And don't like each other anymore. Again.
11. Who is your favorite Harry Potter character?
Probably Malfoy.
First-time viewers, how can you call yourself a critic and hate Star Wars?
Because I have a different opinion?
Danilo42992. Okay, here are some more questions for your next Q&A. 1. Who was that in the last Q&A reading all of your questions? He had a sully voice.
That was Jess World, the guy I reviewed Popeye with.
2. In your Moulin Rouge review, which is a great movie, by the way, you complained about how they sang old songs instead of original ones. Are you aware that other musicals, such as Pennies from Heaven, Mamma Mia, and Across the Universe, also used older songs as their musical numbers?
Okay, I haven't seen Pennies from Heaven or Across the Universe, but Mamma Mia was based off of ABBA. The entire movie was about ABBA. Dedicated to ABBA. Named after ABBA. So obviously, they were going to use songs from ABBA. Now, if Pennies from Heaven and Across the Universe are like Moulin Rouge, then they're shit too. Moulin Rouge had nothing to do with any of the songs they stole, and yet they stole them for no reason.
3. Who's a better villain, Dr. Hannibal Lecter or the Joker?
The Joker.
4. Who's the better Willy Wonka, in your opinion, Gene Wilder or Johnny Depp?
Dude, it's Gene Wilder, because Johnny Depp raped that. I mean, it's not... I guess it's not Johnny Depp's fault, but Jesus.
5. Who do you like better, Snoopy or Garfield?
Definitely Garfield. I mean, his movie was shit. His first one. I don't think I saw the second one. His movie was shit. But I said before I didn't read many comics. I actually read the small Garfield comic strips before, and I actually quite liked them. I forgot about them.
6. Are you a fan of Stanley Kubrick? FYI, he's the director of Spartacus, Lolita, 2001, A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, The Shining, and many other movies.
I've IMDb'd the guy. I've heard the name. Haven't seen any of his movies. It's really sad, I know. I will watch. There's 2 on this list that I really want to see. That's The Shining and A Clockwork Orange. I will watch them. I'll probably give you my thoughts on at a later time. But again, I never really got into movies until a few years ago.
7. If some Spaniard went up to you and said, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." How would you react?
I would probably jack him off.
Wave 3436. Sorry about your wife equals underline. 1. Why do you hate Dragon Ball Z?
My brother watched Dragon Ball Z, and I just really couldn't get into it. Nerdy. I mean, I used to watch Pokemon for one series, and then it got crap. But Dragon Ball Z never really caught my interest. The animation wasn't that good. Just didn't really get into it.
2. If Halloween 3 is getting remade, do you think it'll be good, considering that Rob Zombie's last 2 films were shit?
No. Remakes are rarely good. In all honesty. And Halloween 3. I mean, since Halloween 3, the original Halloween 3 was crap. It can't be much worse. But if Laurie Strode's in it, what is it a remake of? H2O? Because she wasn't in 4 through 6. So it makes no sense to me. I don't know what they're gonna do. It is getting remade, by the way. It's confirmed on IMDb. If it's listed on IMDb, then it's confirmed. I don't think it will be good, but whatever.
3 biggest slut in movies.
It's pretty bad that when I think of that, I immediately think of my beloved Sarah Michelle Gellar, because she acted slutty in Buffy. She acted slutty in Cruel Intentions. She acted slutty in The Harvard Man. That's really bad, isn't it?
4 worst reviewer.
I don't know. I saw one guy, I don't know his name, but he reviewed Home Alone 4, and he was comparing it to the first one, and some of the points he made were ridiculous. I mean, I hate Home Alone 4, but Jesus, what a retard.
5. Which is worse, DBZ or Star Wars Episode 2?
I haven't tried watching episode 2, so I only ever tried watching the first Star Wars film.
And 6. Thoughts on Twilight. Critic 1. How did you come up with a name Cinematic Venom?
Basically, in 2008, I got suspended from YouTube, and I had to come back, and I kept calling myself The Rob. I needed a new name, and my mate came up with Sarcastic Venom. At first, I laughed at it, but then, like 5 minutes of thinking, I thought, you know what, actually sounds really good, Sarcastic Venom. And I can't remember when I started movie reviews. It must have been 2009. I had Sarcastic Venom movies, and I didn't like the sound of that, and it just came to me, Cinematic Venom. It rhymes. It sounds really good, so I went with it.
Slim81. 1. I've watched her reviews since you were in Sarcastic Venom movies, and in your Teen Wolf review you made a couple of mentions on Michael J. Fox's role as Stuart Little. What is your opinion on Stuart Little?
Stuart Little. Let's talk about the first one. Ignore the sequels because they were just awful. The first one, good for kids, but I didn't like it. My main problem, and this is probably a nitpick, a mouse can talk to humans with no explanation, by the way, and can talk to the cat, but the cat can't talk to the humans. Now, you could compare this to Rugrats, where Angelic as a toddler can talk to the parents and the babies, but that's a toddler, She has some connection with she used to be a baby not too long ago, so she can talk to them and the adults. I don't get the connection a mouse can talk to a cat and humans. I just didn't get that at all. Good for kids, but I just didn't like it, not my thing.
2. Are there any Will Smith movies that you hate with a passion?
Not really. I mean, Independence Day was crap, but I don't absolutely hate it. I honestly didn't like the movie Ali. Found it boring.
3. What are your thoughts on the Ghostbusters movies?
I recently went back and watched Ghostbusters a few weeks ago. The special effects are quite bad. Well, for the Zool dog, where the Zool dog chases Rick Moranis, the special effects were so bad. Um, Everything else was decent. I mean, it's a really great film, to be honest. Now, oh, the second one was also on, and I don't think I've seen the second one because I saw parts and I'm like, I don't remember any of this. And they're doing a third one with the same people, which is very weird.
4. Are you going to make another wrestling review like you did on your original channel, or was that just a one-time deal?
To be honest, wrestling reviews are the last thing on my mind right now.
5. What is the name of the song you put in your Halloween I review during those trippy scenes?
In all honesty, I have no idea because I don't listen to Rob Zombie. My wife, I asked my wife, name a Rob Zombie song. She named it. So I'm no good here. I forgot. It was months ago. Sorry, dude. I could have researched it when doing this Q&A, but fuck it.
6. Are there any actors you hate but have been in surprisingly good movies?
Let's see. I don't like Jeff Goldblum, but The Fly was fantastic. Will Ferrell, and he was in Elf. People actors I hate. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator 1 and 2.
Bill Fox. What is your opinion on these films? The Goonies, The Boondock Saints, G-Force, Shriek If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th.
Not seen any of them.
And the following games: Metal Gear Solid, Call of Duty, Black Ops.
I think I might have played Metal Gear Solid, but like 5 minutes and got bored, or just gave up. And I don't really play Call of Duty.
Yes, Worlds. If you could, would you mush me, Andrews, yours, and RTK's penis heads together to form one head, thus forcing us all to be connected by a dickhead, thus making a close brothership even closer from a dickhead?
Get help.
Equinox Fan 82. Hey man, here are my questions. Thanks for taking them, by the way. 1. Have you ever met anyone famous?
Unfortunately, no, but I have dream fucked Sarah Michelle Gellar.
2. Have you ever played either Conker's Bad Fur Day or Conker Live and Reloaded? If so, what are your thoughts on them?
No, I haven't.
3. Which is your favorite Sonic game and why?
This is going years ago, dude. I can remember Sonic 3D and Sonic Racer, and I remember being obsessed with both of them. Dude, I honestly can't choose right now. That's because I've only got a vague memory of them as it is. Go with Sonic 3D.
4. What keeps you motivated to continue on reviewing movies?
Now, when I first got this question, I was honestly dedicated to saying that, oh, I'll do it for you people, and if I got no views, I wouldn't do it. But now I'm off YouTube, and I'm probably going to get hardly any views. But, in all honesty, I do it for fun. I really want to become a film critic, and I can't go to college, so I guess this is my only way to trying to do this. I do it to make people laugh, so, or it's to give my opinion and to make people laugh. That's why occasionally I will review a film where it's not just comical value, it's my serious thoughts, like the Superman and the Halloween. Little Shop of Horrors was comedy, but I thought it was a good film,
5. Have you ever watched the TV series Beavis and Butthead? If so, what are your thoughts on it?
I haven't seen it in years. I need to see the movie. I've never seen the movie, but I haven't seen it in years. From what I remember, it was quite funny, just not as funny as South Park.
Femcritic 89. Which is her favorite color?
I don't know if you mean my hair colour or a girl's hair colour. My hair colour's brown. I have dyed it black, but that didn't really work out because I just got it cut a few weeks later. Hair colour, I always picture myself with a blonde girl, which is ironic. Ash is actually naturally blonde. I don't really mind. It depends on if it suits them, you know. Any hair colour's fine. Brown, red, black, grey.
Do you watch Heroes?
No.
If you could have any superpower in the world, which one would be?
The ability to lure Sarah Michelle Gellar into my bedroom. How many times am I going to mention Sarah Michelle Gellar in this video? This is a fucking record.
What do you think will happen in 2012?
The world's not going to end, and everyone who believed that bollocks is going to look stupid.
Smeathan. What do you think of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise?
In all honesty, I've only seen the remake. And it was meh.
2. What do you think of Tom Hanks and why do you prefer Tim Allen over him?
I honestly don't know. Tom Hanks is very good. I recently saw Big. He was really good in that. I actually haven't seen Forrest Gump or Green Mile yet. He was good in You've Got Mail, Sleepless in Seattle, Saving Private Ryan, Toy Story. Now, I'm a big fan of Home Improvement and the first Santa Claus movie. So maybe that's why, I have a bias for Tim Allen. I think as an actor, Tom Hanks is definitely better. But comedic value, I just prefer Tim Allen.
3. What's the last movie that made you cry?
Okay, I've only ever cried during one movie, and I don't remember what it is, so maybe you guys can help me out. There's these movies called Air Bud, where the dog plays sports, right? He plays football, soccer, basketball, stuff like that. And in one of them, the kid had to get rid of the dog. He took him to an island or something, and then he got on a boat and went off. The dog jumped in the water and started paddling after him with really dramatic music playing. I saw that as a kid, and I cried my eyes out. If anyone knows what movie that is, please let me know.
Recount 1. What were some of your favorite and least favorite movies of 2010?
I didn't see that many that were released in 2010. Favourite's probably Toy Story 3. Least favourite, The Killer Inside Me.
2. What were some of your favorite wrestling TV of the past?
WrestleMania 10, One Night Stand 2005, WrestleMania 17. So I can really think. SummerSlam 2002.
3. What is your favorite nostalgia critic review? Mine's Commando. Yours?
Definitely Leprechaun.
4. What are opinions on Mr. Bean and his movies?
Okay, Mr. Bean the series was awesome. The animated series, not so much. The first movie, which I think was just called Bean, was fantastic. And the second one, Mr. Bean's Holiday, was shit.
5. What is the meaning of life?
You are born, and then you find a girl, and you get cheated on. You're heartbroken. Then you kill yourself, and make everyone go through pain. And then you come back as a ghost, and haunt them, and convince them to kill their entire family, until every single human on the face of the earth is wiped out.
Engine 350. Good afternoon, Cinematic Venom. A very late Happy New Year to you. I hope you're okay with your wife and everything. Have you ever watched Skins or The In-Betweeners?
No and no.
As the USA are remaking Skins themselves, does it ever piss you off to see the Americans taking UK shows and practically ass-raping them? And are there any shows you like this has happened to?
Yes. They took Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They took Are You Smarter Than a 10-year-old? That's the name of the show, everyone. Not Are You Smarter Than a 5th grader, but Are You Smarter Than a 10-year-old? They took Big Brother, they took Little Britain. How can you take a title with Britain in it and actually call it Little Britain USA? They took I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. We actually stole The Apprentice, I'll give you that one. The main one is I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, because come on, you can't destroy that. That's a great show.
Are you a fan of any of the soaps in the UK? I'm going to guess no.
You would guess right.
You say you are working on an album. Do we get a special preview?
Yeah, basically I've already leaked this out. All the songs are here on the website. Just click the specials tab, which is somewhere up there. And my songs are on there.
40000 Warhammer. What do you think of Psycho the original? Dan201016. Who are your favorite movie directors?
I don't really pay attention to many directors. Recently, I've been getting into Tim Burton though. I used to think he was weird, but I've seen some more of his films, and he's actually quite talented. James Cameron, only seen 2 of his films, but they were both phenomenal. Obviously, Steven Spielberg did a lot of terrific films. I'll probably say Tim Burton at the moment though.
What is your favorite Nostalgia Critic video? Mercine24601. Here's a few questions for your February Q&A 1. Are you a fan of the Neverending Story movies?
I've never actually seen them. I mean, according to the Nostalgia Critic, I don't want to see 2 or 3. The first one, it just looks weird, to be honest. Is it just like a Lion, Witch in the Wardrobe Narnia thing? Because that's what it looks like.
2. What do you think of Keanu Reeves?
Okay. Keanu Reeves cannot act. He was in Speed, which I thought was a very good film, but his acting was horrible. He was in The Matrix, which I think is one of the most overrated movies of all time, and his acting wasn't good in that either.
3. In your December Q&A you were asked a question about your thoughts on Tim Burton's films, mentioned Johnny Depp, and said he's kind of a weirdo. When you said that, were you referring to Burton, Depp, or both?
I cannot remember, but I think it was Tim Burton. And that was the very first webcam Q&A. Hopefully next month my camera will be here and we can have a little higher quality H2O. I don't fucking know.